in one of my most recent videos about my Tassiger that my friend Krista made for me because it got covered, but this is it. I know this is really random, but I held it for the thumbnail and so I wanted to show you, but yeah, it's great. Tassiger's got his little banana, he's chilling, so I'm in love with this. Anyways, I wanted to do this real talk for you guys because I was actually thinking about this earlier today when I was just browsing through Facebook, and I saw this kid who I used to play Magic with. Like it was when I went to school and I was with, you know, playing Magic with like a different, group of people. And he was playing, oh my god, is it Overwatch? I feel like it's Overwatch. And he like hit, you know, some really significant number of like one of the best people in the game. And I was like, wow, like this guy is like super young, which is really incredible. Like, and you know, was really good at Magic too, like whenever we like played. And it got me kind of like questioning, I would say, like myself. And I had like this like revelation today at work. I was like, why aren't I that good at Magic? I was like, why, like, you know, and I remember like talking to him, you know, like a while back. And because I'm out of college now for like a hot minute. It's been like a year, which is so bizarre. And he, you know, he was telling me that like he is someone who practices frequently, and it's something, you know, that he does frequently. And another thing too with him, that I've noticed with him is he's someone who can like pick up like any kind of deck in any kind of game and just be like naturally really good at it. And that made me, I would say, kind of frustrated because I think it's one of those things, and I don't know if I'm going to explain this as accurately and correctly as I should, but it's kind of one of those things where some people are kind of like born like really good at something, and then it's like, you know, and I know it sounds kind of silly to be like some people are really good at like playing like Magic. They're just kind of like born really good at playing Magic, or really good at playing video games or Overwatch or like whatever. And then there's some people who it's like totally a developed skill, like over time you have to like learn to be like really good at that. And I am someone who totally believes that. Like I think some people are just born like innately like really good at like something, and some people just aren't. And again, I think it sounds kind of silly to compare it to like gaming, but I think it's relevant. I do, because so for someone like him, you know, he could be born really good at it, and then he's someone who just practices all the time, and you know, he's better at it because he practices all the time. And I am someone who is so not like that. I am someone who's awful at playing video games. I love video games. I'm so bad at them. I am spastic. I like throw the controller, like I move with the controller even though it's not a Wii, like I'm awful at it. It's like headache inducing to people who watch me play, but I still love them and I still play them, and by no means am I like ever gonna, not that I would ever play Overwatch, but like I would never be someone who would play like super competitively. And I also thought too about Hearthstone, for example. I like Hearthstone. I think it's a fun game, but I have no desire to avidly go out and spend money and on packs for great cards and build a super great deck and whatnot. And even if I did, I don't think I would ever be in this like top whatever players. I just don't think, I don't even want to say like it's because I'm like innately not good. I just don't have like a desire to do that. But now let's talk about Magic. Magic, I like Magic. It's definitely not, it's a priority in my life, definitely. I mean, obviously I make videos about it, but it's not something that I am like every single day, 5 hours a day, like I am prepping to be better at it. Like I know like a lot of like pro players, for example, like that's what they'll do, is they'll be like, you know, talk about like, oh, so like, you know, for this like pro tour, like, you know, what did you do? Oh, like I messed around like 16 hours a day with the stat and like whatever. And I'm just thinking about that, like how much. And I understand, like, if you're like a pro player, like, where that's, like, your job, like, that's a lot, but, like, even for me, like, doing something for, like, 16 hours, like, even if it's an activity that I like, such as Magic, I would just get, like, super, I don't think I could do it. I don't. And because I look at times where I've gone to, like, tournaments, and, like, if it goes, like, 12 rounds or something like that, I'm, like, dying. I'm, like, oh my god. And I know part of it is, like, I'm not used to it, but I'm just, like, oh my god, like, because I've gone to a couple tournaments that have been longer, and I'm, like, I can't, like, I need, like, some water, like, I need food, like, I need sleep, I need all of the above, and it's just, you know, there's people out there who are just, like, super dedicated, and I think that's awesome. And it's not to say that I'm not dedicated to, but I think the level and like the degree that people spend so much time and so much money doing that is a lot. And I don't think I could ever be at that level. I don't think I could ever be at that point where I'm spending so much money and I'm spending so much of my day and so much of my time doing that, because like, backstory on like what I'm doing right now. I work in a group home with adults with disabilities, and I love it. My job's awesome. It's great. I have a ton of fun. And you know, I work on an average from 8 to 4. However, I'm always doing overtime. Like this week, for example, today's Wednesday. Yesterday and the day before that, I worked 12-hour days. That leads me to like bringing up me, you know, home at like 8:15 or so. And do you really think, on a day like that, do you really think that I would, you know, come home and like, you know, in this situation, practice magic? No, totally not gonna do that. You know, some people have that whole, they work 9 to 5 or 8 to 4, you know, 40 hours a week, and that's their life. That's not the type of job that I'm doing right now. And maybe one day I'll have a job where that is the reality, and you know, that's my life, and I don't really need to do that much overtime. But you know, on an average day, and like today, for example, I come home, you know, it's, I don't know if my phone with me. Ugh, my tissue box is covering my thing. It's like 5 o'clock right now. I'm filming this video. This is not gonna require like any editing, which is nice. I'm gonna do like a thumbnail for this video. I'm gonna like do some other stuff. I got some other things on my agenda that I have to like get done today. And it's like magic like just doesn't fit in there. And I feel like, I don't want to say it's like a chore. Like it's something like I need like to do. But because I don't want it to like ever feel like that. I don't ever want to feel like I'm like, oh, I gotta prep for this tournament and I have to like practice 80 hours a day and like whatever. No, it's like, to me that's like, that's not fun. And like, listen, I'm sure like there are people who do that and they think that's fun. That's awesome. I think that is so cool, and I'm so happy for you that that's something that brings such a sense of joy. But like I don't even want to say attention span, like my dedication, I don't know, that doesn't seem like the right word, but like we'll just go with the word dedication because I can't think of something better right now, but to the game is not that high where it's like every waking moment that I'm not spending like at work or something like that is going to be going to magic. Like, have so many other things to do with my time. And kind of how this connects on the video that I actually posted on Tuesday this week, where I did a video on like EDH and Modern updates. The aspect where I talked about Modern, like I'm kind of thinking about like what that's gonna look like and how I'm gonna like get back into it. And I definitely think to be the best player I can possibly be, I don't know if I can like achieve that level. I think I definitely want to try and like, I know with Paul and I gonna be living together, it's gonna be nice because I'm always gonna have someone like around that I can be like, yo, let's play magic. Like, cause you know, but we're each both gonna have like full-time jobs that we're gonna have to, you know, dedicate to. So I would honestly say, if you're someone who is in a situation like me, you know, where you work more than 40 hours a week, or even if you don't and you just have other things to do with your time, like I wouldn't stress about comparing yourself to players who are significantly better at the game than you are, because you don't know their life. Maybe they get 5 hours of sleep a night and they work 9 to 5, you know, start playing magic at 6 and don't end magic until like midnight, and then go to bed from like 12 to 6. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know what their like schedule is like. Or again, some people are just like innately really good at playing games, and that's just the reality. And some people like us actually have to like train and like work really hard. And I'm not saying people who are like innately born like don't have to work as hard, but I guess I kind of am saying that. I think it depends on the person, and I think it depends on like the skill level and stuff like that. And like age is another factor too, like when you started playing magic and when you started playing competitive magic and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know if any of this made sense. I hope it did. I'm throwing stuff to the wall and hoping it sticks, but that was basically what I wanted to say about this topic, because I was really thinking about like why I'm not as good of a player as I should be. And another thing too I should totally mention is MTGO. I feel like I talk to a lot of magic players who think that their humble opinion is that to be a really great magic player, you totally need to be playing MTGO. And I have tried playing magic online, and I just don't have the patience to like click through like main phase. Like I just can't. It's just too much for me. That's something I'll probably just never ever do. And if that's gonna cost me being a better magic player, you know what though? I always feel like too, I'd rather just have like physical cards like in my hand to be doing. But if some people think that that's gonna be the downfall, where that's gonna cost me being a good magic player, I mean, it is what it is. That's the reality. So yeah, that's basically it. That's all I wanted to say for this video on Thursday. What? That sentence did not make sense. That is what I wanted to say for today's video. It is Thursday. I don't know how that related, but you guys know that. Alright, I'm gonna go. But I'll see you guys in my next video next week. Bye.